I'm going to get a colonics, and I am keep in mind that I'm going to show y'all what's going on. So I'm here at Clear Water or Clear Path or something like that. Anyway, about to go up there and let y'all see what's going on. All right. Okay, so this Clear Path Wellness Center. This is a very beautiful spot. Peaceful. All right. I'm just getting a little footage here. I will want this you get dressed in here into your bladder. Very nice therapeutic environment here with the music and my lovely therapist Heidi. Say hello to everybody.
Hello, hello.
All right. And tell the people what is happening here.
So we are about to start a session of colon hydrotherapy. It is the cleansing of the large intestine, which is done by inserting a speculum in the anus and allowing for anything and everything that has made its way to the colon to come out. This is where the magic happens. This is the what we call the waste tube. This is where we see all the waste come through. This is the waste hose. This is the clean water hose, and it all connects into the speculum once we put it in.
How large is the speculum?
The speculum is.
I try not to look, but
I will.
Just
The speculum is this long.
okay. Wow.
It has a stopper, so it can't be over inserted. So it inserts until about this much here. So I would say, 2-3 inches go in. And then this probe comes out, and then that leaves the hose connected to here, and then everything goes through here.
It's not that wide.
No,
It's
it
smaller
isn't.
than a penis.
It is definitely smaller than that. At least we would hope so.
Scared to do it if you participated in other things.
Right. And see, the other thing is, and something that I always use as an example is how big it is. This is like half the size of a regular bowel movement. You know, so if it can get through here, you know, if we're used to this coming out, we can definitely handle this. So
but most of us aren't used to that because we're blocked up and your poops come out skinny.
True.
So that's why you got to get cleaned
That
up.
is very true. Once we see that the poop comes out skinny, then there's definitely some sort of impactation that there is in the colon.
I'm laid over. I'm covered up.
And so
completely.
yes, a lot of people are worried about, you know, losing dignity or something to that effect, and you're covered. The only time that I actually have access to seeing anything is when I'm doing the insertion, and then that's it.
Right. And y'all won't be seeing that.
Yeah. And you know, the other thing is we do this all day long.
Right.
It is something normal. It is something that we do. We do it when we get waxing. You know, we show it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and insert. Try to relax.
Okay.
The more relaxed you are, the easier it is.
I try to take a deep breath.
Here it's in. No, it's not in. Okay, it's done. Nope, I need to hook up the hose. Okay.
Mild discomfort.
All right, turn on your back.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm turning on the water. And this is purified water. The water goes through 3 different types of filter. It goes through 2 sediment filters, one for the cold water, one for the hot water. It goes through a UV filter, and it goes through a coconut filter. So the 2 sediment filters are here, UV filter is here, and coconut filter is here. And so right now, the only thing that we're doing is the water is going in and it's coming right out. Going in, coming right out. What that's doing is it's trying to get rid of gas.
Which I tend to have lots of.
We all do. All right, this is a little pillow that kind of helps to just relax the legs. A lot of people kind of get tired with their legs up. And then also when your legs are down, it may kind of squeeze onto the hose. So we don't want any obstructions. And this is a infrared lamp. The purpose of the lamp here is really nothing fancy. It's just to kind of keep yourself warm, and the warmth of the infrared also helps us with cramps. So if we do get a little bit of cramps, it kind of helps to dissipate the cramping.
It does feel good.
Okay, now we're gonna start the first fill. This is where the action happens. So I also use a method that's called the low pressure fill method. What that entails is I fill slower. But because I fill slower, the water actually stays in the colon for a little bit longer. The longer it stays, the more it softens. So when it's time to release, you get to release a little bit better. So it's a win-win situation because you also don't feel as uncomfortable as if I were to fill you up really quickly.
And that's true. I've been getting colonics for many years, and Heidi has done the best job, and we've only worked together like really. And that's why I love coming here, because I get lots of results, and I love her technique.
Thank you. Yes, I personally have gotten colonics for about 18 years, and one of my biggest pet peeves was that. Why do I feel like I'm about to explode? And so when I became a therapist myself, I wanted to try it. So I did have to try. I did have to have, some people to do it without even telling them that I was changing it. But when I saw that the results were better, then I started applying it to everyone. And I do explain it, especially with people that have gotten colonics in the past, because they may see that it is different. That why am I still filling? Because some people may think, oh, it's dangerous because I'm still, I'm not releasing yet. But the fact is that you're still not releasing because you still have a lot of space to fill. Because it is filling in a slower way.
And keep in mind, the colon is 5 feet long.
Yes, so 2 to 3 inches in diameter. And that's the normal colon. If you have lots to store, then the colon may not look that way. Because it does have the ability to, it has the ability to hold a whole lot.
And you can feel it coming out too. So.
Okay, so
and keep in mind, I was just here Tuesday, so I should be. But
we
still all have lots in there.
Oh no, it's coming. It may not be the first. It may not be the first release, but it is coming.
And what is this for here?
So what this does is stimulates the colon to have more peristalsis. So oftentimes you even feel it. Like there's spots that you feel and you know that it's doing something. And sometimes I'm not feeling what you're feeling, but I see that the hose moves. And when I see that the hose moves, I try to stay in the area because I know that staying in the area will definitely help me have a release. But it stimulates, and it works at home. So whoever has a massager and stimulates at home, you will more than likely provoke a peristalsis, a bowel movement.
Okay.
All right, we're going in with the second one.
And most of the time, y'all come out a few pounds lighter because we're carrying pounds, tons of toxic.
So average waste loss that we get in a single session is anywhere from 3 to 7 pounds. That's average. Now we don't do weigh-ins here. I'm going to show you what gas looks like in here. All of that gap in between the colon and the tube and the water. That's all gas, all of these little bubbles right here. So we don't do weigh-ins here. No weigh-ins, no weigh-outs. But the best way to do it is, most women will weigh ourselves every morning. So weigh yourself in the morning and wait until the next day to weigh in again. And that will kind of give you what your waist loss. Now, it's not fat that we're taking out. It's definitely not fat.
Yeah.
So we will lose waste. Still on the scale, it looks like weight, but it is not. Okay. Ooh. Now I can't speak of that because we aren't allowed to.
Wow.
diagnosed. So I can't speak for that, but we can all kind of imagine what that could have been. And lots of
Got a
gas.
ton of gas. I feel
Yeah,
it.
lots of gas. Definitely lots of gas.
And I would say that I do feel a lot cleaner and I feel better, like more energy.
Right.
You know, you really feel down and just really slow. Your metabolism, all that stuff is just low when you are polluted with waste.
And you have to understand that, a lot of people say, but I don't eat a lot, but we still have waste. We have body waste also
Yeah.
that dumps into the colon.
Yep.
And if we're eating 3 meals a day, but we're only pooping 1 out, then, the math doesn't lie.
Yep.
There's
You're
only
behind 2
there-
poops.
exactly. If you need to poop 3 times and you're only pooping once, it's staying in there.
Yep.
And the more and the longer it stays, the darker and the harder it gets, which is harder even to come
And
out.
the smellier.
And the smellier. Oh my God, yes, the smellier. We have gotten some colonics with clients that they cannot even understand why it smells so bad. So we definitely get deep down in the colon to release. We're getting close.
And most of us don't drink enough water too, so a lot of times if you're dehydrated, you got hard fecal matter that's clogging up your colon.
Right.
So
A
it's
lot of us
important
don't drink
to
enough water.
Get this water
See,
pushed in there and not like just a regular enema. To explain to the people what's the difference between, like, how come I can't just do a Fleet's enema and call it a day?
okay, so an enema, let's speak of Fleet's enema. Fleet's enema is saline water. Okay, the saline water will provoke a peristalsis, but it's a peristalsis. It may be a little bit bigger than what a regular bowel movement is, but it's only going to reach, at best, the descending colon. So the descending colon is kind of like from here to here. This is the transverse colon, this is the ascending colon. So at best, the enema will, unless you're a pro and you can, move around to try and get it a little bit into the transverse colon, it's going to get you at best at the descending colon. So that's it. It's only that you're going to be able to
Right.
reach. You will feel relief, and that's the purpose of an enema, is to feel relief. But the colon hydrotherapy has the ability, because the water does have pressure, to reach the entire colon. Now, does it reach the entire colon in one session? Probably not, because there's a whole lot in there. And the reason why we're still seeing release after two colonics that we've had. So we don't reach the entire colon. We don't clean the entire colon because it's hard stuff that's been there for a while.
Right.
And an enema will get you relief if you are, if you're feeling full and you want, immediate relief. Yes, an enema will do that, but it will not reach the entire colon. Hence why the colonics come in place, because of the pressure that the water has, it can travel further out. And we're just waiting. So here, as you can see, I am very focused in making sure that I pay attention to the gauge when I'm filling. Why? Because I don't want to get it over the 0.5 psi, Not because it gets dangerous after that, but after that it gets more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And my goal is to keep it the least uncomfortable that I can keep it at, so that the colon also works with us and not against us. And trust me, it almost looks at times that the colon is so happy that we're giving him a hand.
I can feel like this is the first time I've gotten this much water up in there.
Yep. Because you've gotten so many, like the 2 colonics back to back. Yep. And
I'm working my way up, because at first, like the first few, tons of stuff was coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, since I've been so good with getting them, my colon is allowing more water to get in.
Right. I think this would make session 3 in the past week or so. So as you can see, this is session 3, and we're still seeing release. And I tell my clients, we can do colonics for 5 hours in a row, not that I would do them, and still get stuff out.
Yeah, because we're talking years of being constipated.
Right. And the thing is, you don't do it once and never again. Like, you don't get a membership to the gym, go once and expect a 6-pack after the first session there. We do need to be on top of it because we continue to use it. It's like taking a good shower once but never taking a shower again. This is an inside shower we're taking.
And once your colon is clean, it allows other major systems in your body to dump their waste. Like the
absolutely.
You'll notice you'll be peeing more.
Look at all this gas.
There we go.
Look at all this gas. Yes, once the colon is cleansed, you're not taxing the other organs as when there's so much concentration of energy in the colon because it's so full. Look at all that gas.
Mm-hmm.
So it is definitely a win-win situation. A lot of people feel immediate relief. Mm-hmm. A lot of people feel so much lighter. Not just on the scale, but just the way you feel, because all those toxins are out.
Yeah.
All those toxins are out. And see, we can't make this stuff up. Look at all this gas coming out.
Yeah.
And I tell you, we have gotten so many clients where their first appointment has been after an ER appointment. They've gone to the ER thinking they're having gallbladder attack, a heart attack, an appendicitis. They're having any other thing except for constipation. They go, they take x-rays, they do CT scans, they do MRIs, they do CKGs, and then they're like, sorry.
Full of poop.
Yeah, you're just full of poop. Sorry, we can't help you. Yep. And the best, if they're nice enough, they'll give you an enema. If not, they'll tell you, go home, get some Miralax.
Right. And then, you can get a bowel obstruction. We see those a lot in the hospital. And those are really, as a high fatality, because that waste is not supposed to be, the colon, even though it's in your body, everything that goes through it is protected. It's not, it doesn't blend in with your bloodstream and all that stuff. So that waste is not supposed to seep out. So if your colon is dirty, or if you got holes in it or something like that, and that waste is seeping out into your bloodstream, you could become septic and get really sick. So it's very important to keep your colon clean and healthy.
So the reason why you're also holding more water is because you're emptier. So it is able to get further up without causing the change in pressure. So, if you had like a whole bunch of poop here, it would only get here before the pressure got up.
I feel like it's past where it was going before.
Yep. You're definitely taking more water than before. we're about to get a jackpot.
Mm-hmm.
So I name my releases. Really good releases. I call them jackpots. And I think we're about to get one.
Oh, yeah. I can feel the cramps.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a jackpot.
Wow.
The amount of
Yeah,
gas,
feel that?
Joanna. Look at it.
Look at that.
Yes.
Wow.
So what I like to do when there's a lot of gas coming out is I like to get it out of the way because it prevents from the rest of the release from coming if there's like a gap with the water.
Oh,
So I like to get the gas out. That's what I do. Like when I see that there's a lot of gas, I like to move it out the way so that the rest of the release can come.
gotcha.
Here it comes again. As you can see, it's very repetitive. We fill, we hold, we release. We fill, we hold, we release. Until our timer goes out.
Right. And it's very clean. Everything's intact, so it's not like you embarrassed about a smell. Everything's in the tube.
Right.
It's all together, and that's the difference between some of these so-called colonics, where it's like more like a Kalima board, and
Right.
it's not. This is very sanitary. I feel, like I'm in a spa, and it feels good.
And we have to, because of the nature of our business, we have to keep everything extremely sanitized. And this is prior to COVID. Just because of what we deal with, we
Right.
have to keep everything very sanitized. All of the kits are disposable. We have
one-time
laundry
use.
here. We wash. Everything gets sent to the washer. So you're not. So there is no chance of real cross contamination because we are using new things with every single
Right.
session.
Uh-oh.
And this gets cleaned all the time, and each time too.
Oh, wow.
And towards the end, yeah, look, and we're still seeing hard stuff.
Oh,
Look at that.
oh.
That's a jackpot. That's another
Yeah, I feel
jackpot.
that one. Oh.
That is another jackpot. Typically, when we're having a jackpot, I leave the tummy alone because that would be too much for the tummy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it. You see all of them?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yes. And this is 3 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This time, this is our 3rd one, right? Yeah.
Wow.
This is our 3rd one.
Yeah, the first 2, I almost tapped out, because it's pretty intense. You never know how much poop you got inside of you, and then it coming out,
Right.
But it feels better.
So sometimes, I as a therapist don't want you guys to go through it when they're intense. But the more intense it gets is because that's how much you have
Yes.
inside you.
Yep.
And so it's almost good to want an intense session because
It
you're
is.
getting so much out.
Right.
But yes, it comes at a price. Sometimes you do want to tap out. Sometimes you get a little nauseous. Sometimes you get tingling in the feet and the legs. But those are the sessions where you come out of the bathroom and you feel like $1 million.
Yes.
Those are the sessions. So yes, you do want to tap out. But see how much more water you're taking?
Mm-hmm.
The typical fill doesn't take this long, but because this is her 3rd session in a row, and I mean with a few days in between, it is taking longer for her to fill because she's cleaner.
Yeah, I got
If
more
you would have
space in the
seen
cooler.
that first Sasha last week,
Yeah.
that was very different.
Well, I know, because every time I got it filled, like tons of stuff was coming out.
Yes. So when you have so much intense releases back to back, yeah, you feel like tapping out. But she did it. She didn't. And I know what it feels like as I get a colonic every single month. We all do here in the wellness center. Here comes another one, it looks like.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh, I feel that one. Oh.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Another jackpot. Look at that.
Wow.
We can't make this stuff up. That's my favorite saying. It is my favorite saying.